I debated doing this at all because I was just thinking about the palettes that I have to try out for you. And then I came down and realized I had more than palettes to try out for you. So we are going to do this not too fancy try on. We've got a lot of stuff to try on, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to go straight through. No tea today. Just going to go straight through from beginning to end. Just applied my Moira Hydrating Plump Serum Primer. Before we dig in too much though, let's let that settle in, and we're going to open our Sipsby for the month of December. Oh my God, this year's almost over. This won't take long. And then we'll get into showing you all the things and doing all the things and trying all the things. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. All right, so tea matches for me. As the most wonderful time of the year unfolds, filled with festive anticipation, twinkling lights, and indulgent cozy treats, we hope your tea matches infuse an extra layer of warmth, comfort, and joy into your December days. We're at the end of December, but yeah. My teas don't get here until like the 3rd week, so if they shipped a little earlier and I got them mid-month, I could see the days of December, but I get them at the end of the month. Remember to rate them and enhance. So let's list a lot of other things. Of course, we've got these. Let's take a look. Take a look real quick. All right, so just gonna dive in, and our first one is from the Art of Tea. It is called Happy. We've got 4 of these. Green tea blend, berry, fruity, light, medium caffeine. Has Guayusa, rose hips, hibiscus, jasmine green tea, rooibos, raspberries, apple bits, and natural flavors. That sounds really good. I like fruity teas. I'm a big dessert tea person, though. You might hear stuff in the background. Siren is into it today. She's into it. Next, we have from Steep Echo Repose, which is caffeine-free. A tranquil blend of the finest natural olive leaf, calming chamomile, linden, and delicate floral blossom harvested at peak season. A complement to stolen moments of relaxation and respite. Gather where you will. So olive leaf, chamomile, linden flower, passion flower, natural rose flavor, and rose petal. I've liked a couple of things that they've sent by Steep Echo in the past. And then we have 2 loose teas. We have Kathmandu Cosmos Organic Herbal Drink. This has ginger, black cardamom, lemongrass, cinnamon bark, cinnamon leaf, orange peel. Doesn't say much about it. Interesting. And then we have from Tealish. I don't think I've had Tealish before. It's Rooibos Tea Sweetie Pie. Decadent Sweet Smooth. Has rooibos, cranberry, orange, cardamom, calendula, red cornflower petals, anise, clove, almond, natural flavors, caffeine-free. Did you say something? Restore body, mind, and planet with our nourishing, delicious, and inspiring blend. Here's the tea on us. Women-led team. 100% recyclable packaging. 1% of every sale goes to tree planting with Veritree. Ethically sourced ingredients, feel-good herbs and superfoods. Superfoods don't exist, but anyway. Spreading good vibes and sharing tea love since 2005. So, sounds really good. Sounds really good. They all sound really good. And I'll probably try this one first because cranberry and orange. I like cranberry and orange. Let's see if they have anything more special to say on our card. Put these back very quickly. Don't need those. On the cards, so the Kathmandu Cosmos is an aromatic Ayurvedic blend, a naturally decaffeinated version of Nepal Tea's classic Kathmandu Cosmos tea. Enjoy this sweet and spicy chai without any caffeine. Nice. Then we have Repose, a tranquil blend. They've already said all that, so we've got all that information on that. Sweetie Pie. The natural sweetness of premium rooibos provides a perfect base for decadent pieces of almond, orange, and spice. They all sound really good. And Happy, a fruity light blend in an eco-friendly, biodegradable pyramid sachet. Sip Happy one anytime of the day for a stimulating cup. They all sound really, really good. So I will definitely be using one of these on the video I'm getting ready for. So you will see that before you see this. But I'm excited about our December teas. They all look really good. So I'm going to go ahead and get my eyes finished being prepared and get ready. And we will get started on this whole face thing. So hello and welcome to Domi Tries This. I hope you brought your cuppa. However, I brought one of my Hydro 64 bottles. This one says Soul of a Witch, Heart of a Dragon. It's one of my newer ones. I had to get this on Amazon. They are apparently revamping their site and revamping their products a bit. This has my cranberry and water in it. It's really good. Nice start to the day. I also forgot to mention that I have also got for Christmas this Hampstead Organic Sampler from my brother. I also got a coffee mug, but you guys will have seen that by now. Anyway, got a coffee mug to go with this, plus some money. So that's one of the reasons why we're going to be trying on a few things, is because I got Christmas money, and we're going to try out some of the Christmas things I bought. And let's go ahead and show you. Y'all know, I think, well, if you were on Facebook, you know that I got a hold of this Ole Abbey and Spoiled Lips Cosmetics. This was an impulse buy. I've used it once. I think I've used it on the channel here. We're going to use it again. And then a Christmas present buy. This is from my husband. In case you all don't know, my husband and I can very easily figure out what the other one is giving us or doing for us in a lot of ways. I don't know what it is about how we connect, but we don't surprise each other too much. So he got me this without knowing he got me this. This is the Drunken Snowman, the Boozy Winter Palette. This is from Makeup and Cocktails Cosmetics. This was in one of our Is It New things, and I said it did remind me of Christmas, so I went ahead and picked that up. And then with my brother's money, I picked up the Bailey Sarian Fatally Yours palette. She's a little bit darker than I expected for some reason, even though I've seen her all over the YouTube and all of that. But it's a very cool palette. It's all mattes. But I have to agree with some people. There was she's got arsenic, cyanide, thallium, mercury, sarin, phosgene, ricin, kerosene, strychnine, and lead. And she could have used I can't remember the name of it now, but there was a perfect opportunity for a different color name in here that I agree with, because it was discussed. Somebody was using it. Anyway, I also picked up you had to know I was going to pick up the purple liner. So we've got that. I don't pick up the melt liners too often because I don't use them up, and they are kind of expensive for not being used up. But purple, I had to try. And then I got some stuff from Catrice. I went ahead and picked up that beautiful highlighter palette. She's absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to play with that. I picked up both of the lipsticks in that collection. Here's the purple. They're both gorgeous. I've swatched them once already. Here's the blue. And I also picked up one of those marbled glosses. Also very pretty. So that's all the stuff we're going to be trying. I am hoping to use 2 colors from each palette. My biggest problem right now is I haven't found a second color in here that I want to use from the Drunken Snowman. Yeah, I'm struggling with a second color from the Drunken Snowman. So, and the first color won't even be by itself. It's actually going to be layered over a color from the Fatally Yours. But I do have colors chosen from here and all of this stuff. I've also pulled out a couple of my Moira Star Show pots because I think I want the inner corner to be pink. I just haven't decided if I want it to be light pink or the really bright pink. I might mix the two. I think this is too light and this is too dark, so we might try mixing the two and see how well they mix. All right, so my face is ready to go. We might as well go. I need to pull y'all closer. Pick out some brushes. There is too much stuff sitting up here. I'm going to move some things around here. All right, had to do a little bit of finagling with my stand here. No big deal. All right. So we're going to start with the Fatally Yours. And well, I was going to grab thallium. But I think I'm going to grab cyanide and put that under the brow. So we're going to start with this color, and it's going to get lightened up from the Drunken Snowman. So we have seen this all over the net. It is a very good palette. It is melt quality, of course. I'm having a little sticking despite having put stuff on. And we are going to attempt to do just one side and then do the other. Make this as quick as possible since we are not really doing anything fancy here. I hope you all had a good holiday. We did. We had family over for brunch. It was actually very nice to not cook dinner this year. As you all have seen in our baking videos, our kitchen is very small and it's very difficult to work in, and I've been having some issues with my health this year. So to I just decided to ease up because it's just hard to do all of that work when you're not feeling well and you've got other things going on. So that's what we chose to do. And so anyway, but it was fun what we did do. We had it, like I said, we had people over for brunch, and then we had a Chinese dinner later that night. It was fine. Anyway, so then I'm going to use this color Frosty over that color to try to lighten it up. We're going to go top down. Oh, that picks up nicely. And we're going to lighten her up a little bit and give her a bit of a sheen. And oh, I like what that's doing. I like what that's doing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's blending in beautifully. Came up beautifully on the brush. Very happy with that. So none of these would really stand to my inner corners. As good as Melt is, it struggles with my inner corners, especially the mattes. So I initially thought of trying to use this color Cheeky. However, as you'll see, Cheeky is more of a, it's beautiful. Oh, well, that came up beautifully. But when I looked down at my hand, when I first put it on, it actually didn't look like a solid color like this. It's a beautiful duochrome. Maybe I'll change my mind. But it looked more like it was supposed to be a topper. But now that I'm seeing it, you know what? We're going to give it a try. I don't think Spoiled Lips handles my eyes as well, like most of them, unfortunately. Where did I put those? They need to be here. There they are. So I'm going to get this. We're going to get it wet. And we're going to go ahead and give that color a try. So we'll be using 3 colors from this particular palette. And if it doesn't work, I have my pinks on standby. I have my Moiras on standby. So. It may fall apart. And if it does, I'll let you know. But this is Cheeky. She's very pretty and duochrome-y. She's not likely to show up like that on me. She's also highly glittery, but it feels like a fine glitter. It's not chunky. I'm struggling to get it on the tip. It's picking up on other spots. Okay, come on. All right, so we're going to put this on the first third or so of our eye. Yeah, I'm not liking how that's coming out. And we are already starting to lose some in the crease. My eyes, folks, my eyes. I hate my eyes sometimes. I am trying to get this to pack on appropriately, and all of it's doing is giving me glitter. So, it was a valiant effort. It's a pretty color. It really came out nice on here. But I think we're just going to go ahead and, since we've already used this lighter color, we're going to see how it melds with this darker pink. Which picks up very easily with a brush. I love the Star Shows. I love the Star Shows. I'm glad I gave them a try. So we're going to put that over this glitter. I actually put some color base in there under the glitter, so to speak. Would help if I put the right side. There we go. It's actually blending in nicely. I'm actually going to get this wet. It seems to be blending in nicely with that, with Cheeky, that Cheeky shade, that Cheeky color. Yeah, let's pick up some of this on a wet brush. I think that'll do a little bit better. You can use a dry brush, but the thing is you can use a brush, which is really nice. So, and then, my radio is being loud. Hopefully that doesn't get us in trouble. Okay. So I think I've spread that across that. We now got a nice shiny inner corner. I'm not mad at that. That works. That works. We will have to do the same thing on the other eye regardless. Throw in the Cheeky and then put the other one over it. Just so that we are, you know, balanced and the same. All right, so the next 2 colors are coming from this palette. Same palette, I am going to start with this Forever Young right here, this rosy pink. And then on the outer corner, we're going to go to the deep end. Pretty colors. And then their mattes are just really nice. And pigmented baby. So we're going to go across the middle of the lid. We're going into that blend, blending it into that glittery, shiny part. Right? And I'm going to take the side that I don't have color on and just sort of blend that in a bit. It's beautiful. And then I'm going to get a different brush and grab some of that deep end and put this on the outer corner. Oh, that's beautiful. It's always nice when a purple comes up the way it should. The way it shows in the pan, or fairly close to what it shows like in the pan. We are being just a little bit sloppy here. I don't intend to be, but things happen sometimes. That's a beautiful color. Right on that outer corner. We went in a little deep. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of that Forever Young and go over this edge to blend them. I think those three work together very, very well. I like that. Okay, so done with this for now. Said I'm having trouble finding a second color in here, so I don't know if I'm going to find a second color in here, because what's left is pretty much glitters, and I don't want to put glitters in my crease right now. And the rest of them are really not dark enough. So we're going to go back to Fatally Yours. This is my Estate, and we're going to grab some sarin, and we're going to do that, use that for our point. I actually really wanted to work with kerosene, but it did not fit the story of the colors that I ended up liking from the other palettes. Oh baby, she is dark, my goodness. That's fine. Going back and forth here, going just about to about a third of the into the inner corner there. Putting this all on this back end, and then back and forth to help blend it out and blend it in. Getting above these purples really good. There we go. And looking at this. Looking at this, I think there's only one color we can really use for our crease definition, and that is lead, which is this black. Using my pointy brush and grabbing some of this lead. Really hoping the purple liner is going to show up with all these dark colors. And we're going to go about halfway and down and back. A little over halfway. We're not quite 2/3 of the way in, but we're over halfway. And we're getting that nice dark point that I do. it looks like what I need, where is it? I need a little bit more of this sarin in this outer corner along the edge of my brow. There we go. A lot of fallout on this melt palette. And the, well, actually, I actually think most of that's from the Spoiled Lips palette now that I'm looking at the colors of it. But there we go. I'm not mad at that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the other eye done and get my foundation shit on, and then we'll play around with other stuff. So I'll be back in just, you know, like that for you. Alrighty. We're back to go ahead and give this Nightshade Ultra Matte Gel Liner a go. I'm not expecting anything wildly out of normal for it, out of the typical. We are starting to lose in our inner corners here a little bit. No surprise. Later, I'll just go ahead and toss some more of this over the top. What it is. It is what it is. All right, so got my tiny, this is a ColourPop E6, which they seem to be a little bit sturdier than the e.l.f. ones that I tried. The e.l.f. ones were very wispy. So we're going to dip that in. Oh, pretty baby. Pick up a little bit. And again, I'm only going to do one eye. Take some of that off. There was a kind of a clump. Right. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's pretty. This one's a little on the soft side too. This brush. But she works. Trying to thin that out up there because I don't like going all the way over, but we are pretty much all the way over. And down here. Oh, look at that. Look at that color. That's a slightly wider line than what I like to do. I haven't used one of these in a while. I've been using a lot of pens lately. What's that? Apologies. You guys don't need to see the top of my head. Now, one of the reasons I don't buy the melts too often is because I don't use them up. I might end up using this one up just because it's purple. But so there's a point where they really start to dry. They start to dry out. Now you can extend their lifespan by using eye drops. When they start to dry, add eye drops, just plain, nothing fancy eye drops, and mix that in until you get the consistency you want. But I will say, from my experience, once you start to do that, the gel liner's days are numbered. I love them. I find these the easiest to apply. They do take a little bit more work than some of them, but they are the easiest to apply. These gel liners from Melt tend to stay on my eyes longer, even with the inner corner issues that I have and the tearing that I have. Even quote-unquote waterproof Liquid liners do not stay on my eyes as well. Okay, so I'm going to go from the outer corner of my eye up towards my brow. That's my first line. I do a sort of modified bat wing. I used to do a full bat wing, but I found a better way for me to do it for me instead of doing all that crossways. So I'm going to come about a third of the way in along my crease. I don't see this being seen up here. No. She's blending. And then I go out and I meet that point I made. Anyway, as I was saying, even waterproof, quote unquote, waterproof, liquid liners, pen liners, do not, don't withstand my eyes very well. They fade out. They disappear. They don't rivulet as much as, say, one that's not waterproof. We're having that problem right now of water. But they definitely don't stick around as well as I'd like. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of this off the edge. I've built up on the edge from cleaning off the other brush. This is my flathead. This one is from e.l.f. This is their concealer brush. It's a nice little firm brush. They're cheap. And I use that to fill this in. Grab a little more. Take from about a third of the way in and go up a little bit to create that slight wing at the bottom. And then I make the point down here. This took me a lot of practice, folks. And I still occasionally get these big winged, huge wings when I make mistakes. But no surprises. It worked the way it's supposed to work. It's beautiful, it's creamy, it's smooth, it applied beautifully. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the eyes, and then we will, and most of the face. And then we have cheek stuff to try and lip stuff to try. So we'll be back for that and for you. And, it's going to take me a few. So be back. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and give the Catrice, do you even have a name? Limited edition About Tonight highlighter palette. CO1 Raise Your Glass, it says. So this is the Raise Your Glass. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start... I'm going to put a little bit of the purple on, and then I'm going to go over it with this gold. Sort of almost fits the theme we've got here today. So we're going to start with a little bit of purple. She says, hoping that it's not going to be like this pigmented thing from hell. Just tapping in circles. Oh no, she's not highly pigmented. We're going to need a little bit more than that. She's more of a pinky purple. She's there. Okay, I think that's good enough for that purple. This other side. I swear, that music is not supposed to be this loud. Anyway, I don't even know if you guys can hear it. But I will definitely have to turn it off when it comes time to do the other video. Alright, so it's there. It looks a little more pink than purple. Not my favorite color, so good thing I had decided I was going to go over it with the gold. Grab some gold with a different brush. Maybe. Don't see anything. Okay. That's pretty. So the gold overtook the purple just a little bit. I don't mind. The purple is just a little on the pink side. But at the same time, even though it kind of took over a little bit there, it's very pretty. It's very pretty. They do kind of blend a bit. It's not a glow to the moon kind of glow. It doesn't seem to build a lot. But that's pretty. That's pretty. I'm not mad at it. I got a nice subtle shine. I would think, well, I think maybe with a little work you probably could build it up just a little bit. All right, we're going to move on to the lipsticks. I'm going to wear the purple. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be surprised at all. It's purple. Starting with my primer. Ooh. Good thing I buy plenty of backups of these because this one is almost gone. All right. So I'm going to swatch the blue for you. Just so you can see the blue. Make sure you're the blue because you look kind of purple. So the blue has a purplish cast to it. It's more of a deep purpley blue. At least when I'm looking at it in my camera, it's not. Let's not be up that high. As you can see, it takes a few swatches to get it on there. She got a sheen. There is a glitter overcoat. But once you get through that glitter overcoat, it's just kind of satiny and shiny in there. It's not, the glitter isn't all the way through, which is fine. So let's get this purple one on. That. It's a little lighter than most of the purples I wear, but I like that. Okay, I'm going to find a liner for it. I know I have a liner in here somewhere. Now this is feeling real comfortable on the lips. More of a satin than a matte, so I don't feel like it's drying up my lips. But we're going to go ahead and try that marbled gloss they came out with. That's the second siren I've heard today. It's been busy out there, apparently. This is in the shade Strawless Flawless. And I've already marked it. Now, this is a gloss. It made it lean more berry. Kitten, what are you doing? Kitten! This cat. She's being wild. Alright, so I cleaned off the thing. And so here's the gloss by itself. So you can see it. It's kind of a pinky color. Sheer pink There you go. And that's exactly what it did to the purple. I'm going to add a little bit more purple. Just a little bit over the top. I like that color. Kind of grapey, not quite. It's more on the pink side. Anyway, so here is our look. It's complete. Okay, so everything's out of the way. We are set to go. Hopefully the inner corners held up some. I doubt it. They've been fussy. Yeah, they're falling apart. They really are. I found that it is hard to repair the star shows over that spot where the glitter was. I don't usually have that problem with the star shows. It must be the way the glitter flaked or removed itself and removed the base and whatever. So there is a bit of a hole in there, but here is our look. Okay, so some notes. I did manage to sneak in a second color from the Drunken Snowman. I threw this gold in my inner corner and slightly underneath. I did nab some of this kerosene for underneath the eye, and then grabbed more of the sarin and put it all the way back on the thing like I usually do on the wing. I did try a different mascara today. I don't know if I've tried this one before. I may have. It seems vaguely familiar, but I don't remember. So, I did try the, what are you? Clinique High Impact Mascara. I'm not mad at this mascara. I don't like the brush, particularly. And it may be, I don't know. It may be particular to what's going on with the mini sizes are cool. I like mini sizes. I feel like I waste less when I use mini sizes of mascara, because you can use those up. But the big sizes within the year or whatever, the big sizes are harder for me to use up, especially since I get so many of them in various different boxes and things. So, but the mini sizes also tend to they're the same formula, but there's something about the mini sizes that seems to change the way the formula seems to work a little bit. And I've noticed this with my other high-end favorite, which is the Urban Decay. Oh, goodness. I haven't bought it in a while because it's a high-end thing. I don't buy the high-end as much. But I did notice it with the Urban Decay that I use. And, like this is thicker, or could be thicker than what is actually would come into a longer tube. And because of that, this brush is a little full. It is nice bristles. It's not plastic. It is the, I prefer these kind of bristles. However, it just feels like it's a little full, and it felt like it wasn't really getting into my lashes as a result of this being thick and the brush not quite, and the brush being a little too full. So I would prefer a slightly thinner brush or a slightly thinner formula so that it would actually get into. I'm telling you, filming. Filming brings out all the bullshit. Anyway, I think I prefer a slightly less dense brush because, like I said, it really felt like it wasn't getting into my lashes as well. That said, it did an okay job. Won't be a favorite, but nice to have on hand to use. I'm in love, but we knew this. I like these. This did not perform most of these, the ones that I've used before, the Melt and the Spoiled Lips. Pretty much performed as expected for the most part. This is a beautiful color. This might end up being like the color I use all the time because I don't want to have to throw this out. And the purple, folks. And it's nice and dark, so it actually can replace a black fairly well. Yeah, really beautiful. As I said, the two palettes, the brands that I'm used to, didn't perform any better or worse than what I expected. This is Melt's matte formula, which is great. Goes on beautifully, stays on. I really wish I could have used more colors. However, this is really dark. So I don't see me doing an entire eye look with this because there's just not enough lightness. The lightest thing here would just blend into my skin that there would be no point in using it. The other colors are all great, but as you saw, even with this one, I needed to put like a silvery white over it so that it wasn't so dark. So all of these are dark. This to me looks more like a burgundy in the pan, which puts it more in the reddish part. But on my eyes, when I put it up on my eyes, it came across more purple, which I thought was interesting. This is a beautiful color, but again, it comes up darker on my eyes than what I expected it. All said, though, it's a beautiful palette, and I can see me using it as a support palette for a lot of different looks. It's got some beautiful colors in there, and can obviously come up with a really nice smoky look with it. The Spoiled Lips, again, didn't perform any differently than what I expected. I'm probably not going to use these glitters so much. They don't stay, for one. They fall in my eyes, for two. And even though they're a finer glitter, so they're not huge and chunky, they don't have really a base or anything to them. So even if I do use them, they're going to have to go over something. Like I would use this orange over this just to give it some kind of base. And I'll probably use it more in the middle of the eye in the future rather than on the inner corner because their mattes are gorgeous and hold up beautifully, but their shimmers and stuff do not hold up to the inner corners of my eye. So it did perform fairly well for, Spoiled Lips palette. The formula is no different than anything I've had from them before. I love the color story. I think we're going to see me using more of this because it's absolutely beautiful. So the Drunken Snowman, it is really hard to come up with a final opinion on a palette when you've only used two colors. But the two colors I used, both shimmers, performed beautifully. They came up on brushes, which is really nice with shimmers. There are so many brands that make shimmers where that they don't come up on a brush, that you have to use your finger or you have to use a sponge tip. So I really appreciate it when a brand comes up with shimmers that will pick up on a brush and actually apply well with the brush. So they did that. I'm going to obviously need to at some point play with this some more. We're past Christmas. I don't know how often I'll be playing with it through January, but we'll see because I do want to play with it some more. The two shimmers that I've used, I really liked, so that is something. I don't know, again, like with the glitters over here, I don't know if I would use these glitters much, except maybe in the middle of my eye. And that would really be dependent on how much of a base they have. I'm trying to pick up these glitters and yeah, they don't have much of a base. That silver did beautifully. But the rest of them don't seem to have much of a base. So more than likely, like the Spoiled Lip shimmers, glitters, those glitters would end up going over another color just to give them some kind of base to them. Very pretty though, and I'm looking forward to playing with it some more. Now I have glitter all over my sleeve. All right, so the Catrice things. It's a highlighter palette. I think I'm not necessarily let down. We are talking, it's Catrice, it's affordable, it's usable, that kind of thing. I would have liked it to build up to a shine better because there really isn't as much shine as I like. I don't want glow to the moon, but subtle glow is not generally what I usually use a highlighter for. So this is more of a subtle glow. It doesn't seem to build up much on that. It is what it is. I'm not mad at it. The packaging is pretty. Like I said, it was affordable. It's like $12 or something like that. So it was affordable, fairly affordable, and it's a nice highlighter palette. I'll be keeping it and playing around with it and using it some more. I might try to add some more of that gold up there and see if we can get that to build up for my next video that I'm doing that I did this whole look for. But lipsticks, I'm happy. They're comfortable. They do need to be, you have to apply a few layers, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I've got a ton of lipsticks. If I apply a few layers of everybody, maybe I'll get to get through them. But pretty colors. I'm glad that this glittery outside didn't actually translate to the inside, but we still got that nice satiny sheen. This is a beautiful gloss. I love the color over this purple, and it's not sticky. It's nice and smooth, and I'm not feeling, this is almost not quite feeling like a lip oil. So it doesn't have that thick, sticky feeling to it, which is really, really nice. So really like these a lot. And if you can get, these are limited edition. So if you're going to want these, you're going to want to get them soon. Soon. These, I think, are staples, and again, I highly recommend. All right, so that's it for the day, and I hope you like what you've seen. If you do, I hope you will do all the YouTube things to help us out over here, and do the like and subscribe and the share and the comment down below. If you got this far, I would love to see a purple heart in my comments. There's nothing else. Let me know if you're going to pick up any of these things. The Bailey Sarian was a Christmas gift, as I mentioned earlier. Otherwise, I would not have bought it. As I mentioned in my It's New, she a touch pricey. She's $60, or close to $60. If you're going to be interested in any of the Bailey and Sarian stuff, I would grab it now. I actually wanted to get one of the Bailey Sarian lipsticks and possibly the bag, and they are sold out. So all the lipsticks are sold out except for the little mini trio set they have, but all of the matte lipsticks are sold out, and the bag is sold out, and I believe the complete sets or the bundles are sold out that include the bag. And so you can get this. You can get the gel liner, I believe, is still available. You can get the glitter gels that they have. I thought about the glitter gels, and then I went no, because I've not been impressed with glitter gels so far. And I'm sure Melt's formula is fantastic, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't need it. And they're $22, just like this is $22. So it's one of the reasons I really wish Melt would come up with a mini of these for half the price, and then I would buy it, because then I would feel like I'm not going to have to throw a whole lot away at, at the end of the 1 year to 18 months that you can keep it out as. I'm not sure about the Catrice stuff. It looked like it was all still in stock the last time I was there. And I think the same was for our Snowman palette. It was still there. So the only one that I would say you need to really kind of think about if you're going to get it is anything from the Bailey Sarian collection at Melt. That's the one. If you're thinking about it, you better think hard and fast, because they seem to be selling out fast. No surprise, because it's Bailey. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a sip, and we're going to get out of here because, as I noted, we're done. And I would love to hear if you are going to pick up any of this stuff that I've tried on today. And so let's go ahead and we'll sip our drink. It's a little light on the juice. I'm sure you can tell by the color. The color is a little light. We ran out of my cranberry juice, so it's just lightly flavored. I don't drink plain water. I can taste plain water. It's nasty. It's nasty. I know people don't believe it, but it's nasty. Anyway, so that's it. I love my daughters. I love you, my dragonettes, and hope you have a good one.